sound?
Yeah.
No, for me it's good.
No. I'm talking about the power.
Oh,
The power only went out on my song.
no, not for mine, I don't think.
I think somebody was like, I think so. He's done.
I don't think so.
Nah, it's a joke. Good job, everybody. Oh, my bad. Here, I ain't leaving you hanging. Here. Nice job. Good job, bro. You sounded like you played drums before. Good job, Jerry. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Good job, bro. Good job, man. You killed it. Huh?
You like always.
No, my voice was giving out. Hello. Minute. Who else I didn't say bye to? I guess I can go to the. No, I gotta give Parks this thing. I'm lucky for you. Oh, Parks is back there. Ugh. Show is all right. So the performance is over. Now on my way to the green room so I can get changed. Lucky for you. Hold on, I'll show you where this performance ended at. This is literally like 2 minutes after the show, and I'm 2 minutes into this live already. It's the stage right there. Lucky for you. Yeah, there's the stage right there. My voice was giving out towards the end. All lucky for you. Ooh, baby. So lucky for you. That's what I like. Yeah. On my way back to the green room, changing room. What y'all call it? It used to be called dressing room. Yeah, which most people call it dressing room. I learned once I got in the industry, it's a green room. I don't know what's the difference. I think they both have the same definition, if you ask me. You can see my reflection in the glass. I'ma give you my all, never have. So bring it on to me. Oh, I love you. Hello, Bonnie. Hello. Look at all the stuff that I brought with me today. Look at it. Laptop bag, studio headphones. Ooh, the camera battery is finally charged. That's the camera bag with different lenses and stuff. I think I showed y'all that earlier. My bag. Remember I told y'all I was gonna shave? Look, I keep this with me. Ew. No, they're not paying me, so let me cover up the name. Yeah, I take this with me everywhere I go. Ooh. Look, I still got my tag from Old Tulsa on here. I need to take that off. But yeah, that's all of my stuff. My laptop should be done. Let's see if we got some water over here in this pail. Cause my voice needs. Yeah, I need this. Need this for my voice. Lift up every voice and sing. Lift up every voice and sing. All right, let me set this down. Lift every voice and sing. Who's there? Is it just you, Bonnie? You're the only one with me tonight. What time is it? Nope. I think there's a second person here. I just don't know. Yeah. Make sure you hit that like button if you're here. YouTube recommends my videos when you do that. Okay. All right. Keep dropping the phone. Hey, Bonnie. It's just you and me. Yeah. So this is post show, right after a show. And now it's time to go back to the hotel. Well, actually, it's a villa tonight. It's a nice villa. Very nice villa. Way out here in Amelia Island, Ferndale Beach. And just got finished with a Latin Ambition show. My voice feels fried, like in my upper range. I think I know why. But I have another show tomorrow, so I need to start vocally resting very soon. Sounding great, Ryder. Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. What kind of show is? I think tomorrow is like what kind of show is tomorrow? I think it's a fundraiser, if I'm not mistaken, for a disease or something. If I'm not mistaken, I could be absolutely wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what it's for. But I don't know more. All the information is in my email. Kind of a busy man, yeah, because I wanna make it. I really want to make it. You know, I think there's a lot of lives I could touch when I'm in a position to do so, and I want to make an impact, and I can't do it if I don't make something of myself. So I have to create a lane, be the best or be good enough to stand out. And when I have a platform, which I'm building now, thanks to people like yourselves that are tuning in and watching now, you give me a reason. You give me a place on this earth to really make a difference. You give me the chance to be great. So I'm just trying to be the best version of myself as I can be. I believe you are making an impact. Thank you, Bonnie. That means a lot to me because I seriously, like, it's not about me anymore. I remember a long time ago when I realized it's no longer about me, is when people would tell me how I inspire them. And little do we know, and goes the same thing for you guys. Somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching everything you do, and you could be inspiring people without them even knowing. And that one person that you inspire could be the next president, could be the next major CEO, or could be the next motivational speaker that touched millions. So don't think what you do doesn't have an impact. You don't know who's watching you all the time. All right. So be great. And y'all hear me say that a lot. Be great, be you. All right. And always be working on yourself every day. Work on becoming a better person, being a better person than you were yesterday. Because as my books say, you only have the present. You're not living in the past and you're not living in the future. You're always in the present. So right now, do the best you can to be all you can be. A lot of your older videos are very inspiring. Thank you. I'm glad that I kept making videos in the time that I didn't have an audience, because I wouldn't have so much content if I was waiting until I had enough following or enough. I am advertising for Nestle, and I'm just gonna get all kind of licks hit on me with these videos. However, I do own this clothing line. I own Hunter's. This is mine. I designed this. They'll talk about that in the book. But yeah, so the good thing is that now that I have a little bit of a platform, it's so many. I have 216 videos. Probably 218. And there's a lot that are not public that I do have that I need to make public for you guys and gals. I think you'll love it. But it's old stuff. I'm such a different person. That's another thing that I love about these videos. I'm so much of a different person than I was a year ago, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, all the way back. I can actually see the transformation. Looking forward to that book. I think they sound like something I would love my children to read. You would. I think it'll be amazing here's why I think it'll be good for children. Because I dedicated the book to my children. And the reason I dedicated the book to my children is because there's a lot of principles that I want to give them as a father. And
Yeah. I mean, that's the
and
fantasy
everything that I
on Rome, the
missed
place.
is in
But
that book. Everything that I want them to have is in that book. So if I wrote that book and wrote a letter inside that book, which is the dedication to my children, that I want them to read and subscribe to everything that's inside of all the contents within that book. If I want it for my own children, I would want it for anybody's, because I know it's going to give them. And here's the thing. Children are going to be children. I tell parents this all the time. Children are not going to be children longer than they're going to be adults. Children are going to be adults much longer than they're going to be children. So guide them, help them get better with making decisions, help them to figure out who they are. Make sure if they make a decision or they decide to do something or be something, make sure it's for the right purposes. So I don't force anything on my children. I guide them. But when I do try to influence them, I ask them, why are you following this? Why do you think you should affiliate yourself with this? Why are you consciously deciding to subscribe or to accept the content or the idea, the concept that anyone has shared with you? Why? Because if you don't understand why you're making that, and a lot of people can't make the right decisions because they don't know who they are. You know what I mean? And I said this in my book. It's in my book. In Disney movies, you'll notice that all Disney movies start with the main character, not really knowing who they are, and they lack the confidence. They lack the ability to stand up for themselves and to stand up for what they believe. But as soon as they figure out who they are, they walk with a different walk. They walk taller. They speak things. They're not pushed over. They're more confident about what and who they are, and the results of their life is much different than before they figured out who they are. And I think everyone that is living today is an example of that. Once you figure out who you are and what you are, and you walk into that, that's when you'll be in harmony with what your reality should be and who you are, and you'll feel complete. You'll feel like you can accomplish things and you can take on challenges that you normally wouldn't have before. And thank you, Bonnie. And that's exactly the way I feel. I feel like when my mind changed, I was able to take on the things that I thought was impossible. Because when I was in high school, I always wanted to go to military and fly helicopters. But I got in a fight, got arrested. That charge, because it was on school property, they charged me with all kind of stuff. I went to JROTC for years, 4 years in high school, because I knew when I graduated, because I was in foster care. So being that I was in foster care, I didn't really have parental guidance. So I knew when I get out of high school, I would be grown, and I didn't want to be homeless. So I knew the military would take care of me. So I said, I have a plan, and I structured the plan on my own. And if I skipped school, I wouldn't get in trouble or anything, because I had no parental guidance, no instruction, nobody teaching me how to be a man, nothing. So finally, once I became an adult and I couldn't go to the military, that was what I was falling back on. Plans was destroyed. So my idea of becoming a pilot was destroyed. Totally forgotten. But like the Disney movie, like the book says, like the book I wrote says, is everybody's life is like a Disney movie. Once you discover who you are and you walk with that confidence and that power and knowing you have that influence, you take on things that you normally would thought would be impossible. So my later chapters, things that was impossible for me, is not today, because I've discovered who I am. So with that said, giving you contents of my reality of my life, now I'm a pilot today. Today I fly helicopters. So I wouldn't have done that without really discovering who I am. So this book is for children. This book that I wrote is for, and thank God I wrote it in the mind of, this is me leaving a message to my children. That's the mindset I wrote this book in, because again, it's a lot of principles that I want them to have that I don't want them to miss. So I don't care if they wait till they're in their 30s to read it. I want them to get it. So yeah, let's see what else is in here. Any questions or comments y'all have? You got me. Why you got me? This is the time. This is the time. Even though I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I'll go live tomorrow because 17,000 people want to know what's going on in my life. So I'm gonna bring you on. Yeah, that was because it's funny, Bonnie, when I first started and figured out how much my piloting classes was, I was like, I can't afford this. But I wasn't gonna let that be an excuse why I not do it. So I need to start packing up while I'm talking. So I wasn't gonna let the cost stop me from doing it. My pilot license was $350.
You know how to get there, right?
I'm about to follow y'all. It was $350 per hour. So so I just step by step paid things like save $50. I mean save money. Once I hit 350, pay it to the school. Once I hit 350, pay it to the school. And I took 2 years of ground school online so that I could take care of a lot of the stuff that I needed. A lot of the training that I needed for the license. I took that. I'm sorry, I'm packing up. I'm talking to y'all. I took that while I wasn't ready to pay for the flight school, because the ground school is much cheaper than paying for the actual in-flight lesson or in-flight tutorials, whatever it's called. Ooh, I gotta use the bathroom, and I cannot take y'all in the bathroom, and I'm drinking all of this water. I need to pack. They're waiting on me. So, and I just waste the water all over my foot. I'm not gonna let that destroy this night, because it's a good night because I said so. Ooh, but I do gotta use the bathroom though. All right, so I am closing this live. I will see you ladies and gentlemen tomorrow. There'll be more updates. And if you have any questions, put your questions. Good night, Bonnie. This is your story in the book. Yes, Diane. Actually, my book editor suggested that she was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Roger. I cried reading the story that's in this book, and I think you should open the book with that. I was like, okay, well, if you think it'll, and she was like, yes. If people knew this story, if it made me cry, and I've wrote 10 books, I've published 10 books, trust me. If it made me cry, this is gonna lock in all your readers, trust me. Everything you write after this story is gonna sink well because of your story alone. And I was like, really? She was like, yes, your story, oh my God. I was like, all right, well, let's open the book with my story then. So that's what we did. So I had to restructure a lot of my paragraphs and sentences according to the table of contents that she created, and we went from there. So the book opens up with my story. It's like 3 or 4 chapters of just my life. And I picked a specific portion of my life. And yeah, so that's what I did. Okay, they didn't wait on me. Clothes, am I leaving them clothes? My laptop, got my bag. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Ellen. I just want to be the light. That's all. Just want to be the life that brightens the light. And everybody that I may touch. Because we're all connected. We are all connected. And I say this, y'all gonna hear me say this a lot. Good in the world exists at the same time that bad exists in the world. And this is in my book too. Good and bad exist in the world at the exact same time. The energy that you give off from your being is what you're going to attract. So if you're being, even when, no matter what the reality of your life, no matter what your circumstances are, I know things get hard, get tough. If it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. Why? Because there's something called the law of polarity. That means there's opposites. There's up, there's a down. There's a left, there's a right. There's a front of the car, the back of the car. There's men, there's women. There's cars, there's trucks. It's the left side, it's the right side. It's upstairs, downstairs, lights on, lights off. In other words, we got polarity. So you are never stuck. If the results that you're getting are undesirable, choose the opposite of that. It's like extreme negative, extreme positive. That means if your life is on a downward spiral, if it doesn't kill you, it'll bounce back. Because if you're on extreme negative, the bounce back is to extreme positive. That's why a lot of people have to hit ground zero before they bounce back and there comes something better. I call it in my book, it's called the spark. And the law of polarity is why this happens. Because when you hit rock bottom, if rock bottom don't kill you, you're about to spring up. So while you're going down in that spiral, be happy, be excited. You only have, and my book says this also, you have 3 approaches to any decision: negative, positive, or try to ignore it. If you ignore it, it's going to linger and cause all kind of trauma. If you're negative, you can possibly make things worse. Or you can even call into existence what you're experiencing in the first place. If you're positive, you can start working on a solution and be optimistic about it and create a winning situation. Because Steve Jobs said you cannot connect the dots looking forward, but you can connect the dots looking backwards. All right. Let me put this water, which doesn't have a top. All right. I'm going to have to close this video because I am trying to get to this hotel. No, this villa. I gotta use the bathroom. I got all my bags. I don't know where they are, if they have left me yet. And so I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell. I love y'all. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. See you later. Speaking to two people one time. All right, I'm out. Bye.